First drive against Georgia Tech. Let's say it's 21 personnel. Who's out there at the receiver position?
Danny, Demo.
So you get a little. I agree with you that this is where it gets a little bit sticky.
It's sticky, but I'm gonna go Cam Perry.
Okay, see, that's mine too. I'm right there with you. It's tough going against. I would say my fourth, if I had to like slot somebody else in there, is probably JoJo Williams. Are we on the same page there? Okay,
absolutely. Yep.
Yeah. So I've gone back and forth on. I think Danny and Demo are my two locks, right? Like I feel good about them. I feel like DeAndre Moore in particular has been like. There's been a lot of talk this offseason, especially with the spring ball and like seeing how Cam Perry's been playing, seeing how Danny's been playing, and Demo's there. He's injured, and everyone's kind of like forgetting how much of a monster this kid is. But I honestly would not like. I wouldn't be surprised if DeAndre Moore led the Buffs in receiving yards this year. Is that a crazy take?
Dude, this is not a crazy take. Like when I tell you, I was excited when they got Danny. You know, as a receiver, I watched. You know, that's what I pay attention to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, receivers. I'm always looking, seeing who the top guys are and stuff like that. I was excited when they got Danny. I'm not gonna lie, but when they got Demo, and sorry to throw this off, but when they got Demo and Boo Carter, I was jumping off the walls, brother.
Different level, yeah.
Different level, brother. And that's what I think. And that's why, like, you're not far off at all. Like, we're right on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
Demo is honestly my number one guy. I think he's going to absolutely wreak havoc in the Big 12, bro.
Yeah. And I think he's like, I can totally foresee this world where like we get into like week 3, week 4, and everyone's like, damn, where did this kid come? And then they go, oh, he came from Texas. Mm-hmm. And I didn't realize that's who Coach Prime was pulling in the transfer portal. You know what I mean? So like, just for context sake too, I've pulled it up a couple of times, but like Demo, especially, you know, per like PFF or whatever, if you look at like his quadrants, right, like where he, you know, excels on the field, it's the intermediate areas, and then it's most of like between the hashes, right? Like upper middle, and then right in that middle, that intermediate spot. Which, if you look at like where Juju excelled, at least for his freshman season, like right down between the center of the hashes, right down the center of the field, and then right in those kind of like intermediate areas. Like there weren't great routes, there weren't great concepts, but like when he was protected, he got the ball off, and he was able to get the ball where it needed to be at the right time. So like I feel like Demo is like the perfect receiver to put alongside somebody like Juju coming into his redshirt or freshman season.
Oh yeah, absolutely, great take. I couldn't agree more. If like I said, like when Juju got those starts, he looked so comfortable to me, and I really honestly I just wanted to see. I didn't care if they won or lost at that point, right? I'm just evaluating. I'm like, okay, we finally get to see him put it on tape, right?
Yeah.
And I was just looking at his intangibles, man, and the way he see the game. Like, he takes chances, but he's smart as hell. He's not just going to throw it up in harm's way, right? Unless it's a guy that he absolutely trusts, right? He trusted a lot.
Trusted
who did it. You know what I mean? So so he dropped it, and he was dropping it in the bucket. You know what I'm saying? With the pressure, with the offensive line that we had, that was a little bit better than what, you know, 2 had, but you know, it wasn't the greatest, right? Yeah. But it did get better. So I'm so excited to see this, man. And like, as I said earlier, like the way this offense is just gonna open up so many lanes for Juju. You gotta understand, like a lot of people, I see a lot of flack too on Twitter that how we gonna get everybody the ball and stuff like that. Brother, let B. Marion cook.
Yeah.
He's going to do everything. He's not bringing all these guys in to not touch the ball.
Yeah.
As you said, as he said with the running backs on well off, just take advantage of opportunities. Take advantage of opportunities. You're going to see, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're good. But you got to understand, it's another guy right behind you that'll do the same exact thing. You went for 1,000, he'll go for 1,000 too. You know what I mean? So these guys just got to be ready to play, and I honestly believe they will be. Everybody that's in this offense that they brought in is a perfect fit for this go-go offense.
Absolutely.
Every guy we brought in last year was not a perfect fit for Sherman's offense. And I don't think Sherman was a perfect fit for his offense.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah. No, we're on the same page, and I agree 100%. I'm curious to know, like, are you putting Cam in the slot, or are you putting Danny in the slot?
I'll put Danny in the slot.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm putting Cam outside. If we go back, I don't know if you watch Cam film, put him outside.
I was going to say, like, yeah, I don't think anyone's keeping up with Cam, especially in the open field.
No, he's the best runner on that team.
Yeah.
Nobody can run routes as good as Cam.
Totally. And I think I like that too. I like Danny being in the slot. I think that gives him a lot more space to work, especially in the center of the field. Like, I feel like you put Danny going down the sideline, or sorry, you put Cam going down the sideline, you put Danny going over the middle. Like, I'm fine. Like, he's got 3 reads that he can make with any of those players that are going to be like, I get like almost too excited thinking about like when he starts to really like know these receivers like the back of his hand. Like by the point, I mean, like Shedeur was so good at just understanding where his receivers were and like where he needed them to be. Like, his chemistry with Travis was like unreal, right? Like, he knew where Travis was going to be at any point. But once he figured it out with Jimmy and LeJounte too, and then like it came on with Will later in the season, you could just start to see where he was like, okay, if this is what we're running and this is the defense that they're going to be in, like, I know who I'm going to regardless. But like, there's also the availability of like, I got my safety net over here. I know where I'm going to be over here. Like, he always was making the right read. And I feel like we might have a little bit of like growing pains early on. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say that I feel good about Georgia Tech, but I could also see a world where it's like new offense, new offensive coordinator, new players. Like, there's going to be growing pains, I presume, right?
Absolutely.
So I think that, overall, once he gets into that mindset of like really trusting the receivers and like knowing where they're going to be, then you're going to have like a whole different side of Juju. That's just going to be like you said, just kind of like clicking, like, the game gets into the second quarter and he's just going. But let's talk about some other names. So I don't know about you. I'm a really big Quinton Gibson guy. Like, I have been since day one. Like, when I saw him as a 3-star coming out of high school, and the fact that he was Max Preps National Player of the Year, I was like, I don't understand how this feels like you pulled a gem like in CFB 26, right?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Q for 6?
I love Q. Quick, twitchy, same deal. I think he's perfect for this offense. You open Q up by, giving some bubble screens, letting him get in open space, and just showing that he could take a 5-yard hitch to, for 80. You know what I mean? So Q is so you think he's so small, right? But that stuff don't matter, man. When you got the heart like he does, you could just tell, and he cares. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure he hear everything. You know what I'm saying? He hearing like, oh, I didn't play great. Everybody was knocking him last year because of the damn bubble screens and everything that he was getting. He wasn't getting great opportunities. But if you believe it or not, he took advantage of the opportunity that he did have. I mean, you know what I mean? So I love Q. I think his potential is crazy. I think when he do get his opportunities this year, we'll see the real Q for sure. Yeah. And he's more mature, man. He's been in the weight room. You could tell, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's much more stronger than what he was before. If you could just pay attention to the videos, but I'm sure if you've seen him in person, it'd probably be even different. So I think it's gonna be great this year, bro.
Totally. I think on that same note, right? Like, I feel like one of the big problems that we had with bubble screens last year was that nobody wanted to block. And that's such a huge part of the go-go and just Brendan Marion's philosophy is like, you don't block, you don't play. And so now it's like, I just feel like that's going to open up so many more, lanes on the outside for guys like Q for 6 and some of those more fast, twitchy receivers, like the guys who just, you give them the ball and like let them figure out what they're going to do with it. Obviously, like, I mean, this is like isn't wide receiver specific, but do you anticipate Q for 6 being primary returner as well, or do you think maybe Boo gets some reps back there?
Yeah, I think Q would be on kick return. I mean, kick return wise, I get it to Q, but punt return, I think Boo that's Boo job. Maybe Cam, I put Cam back there every now and then, but I think that punt return job is Boo's. We seen what he did, he's special. And you gotta find a way to get that ball in his hands, you know what I mean? So because he's a one-on-one athlete. It's not, Boo is rare, you know what I mean? Kind of like how Trav was rare. I'm not putting him on Trav level, but it's you get those rare type of athletes that move different, and you see it, and that's definitely Boo job. I mean, I don't think Boo will do kick return. I think he's more of a punt return guy.
I'm on the same page with you.
Yeah.
Do you think? I mean, again, I'm not trying to go too far on a tangent here, but do you think Boo gets meaningful reps on offense this year? Like, obviously, there was some talk about him playing running back. Like, do you foresee him getting meaningful reps on the offense side of the ball?
Not so much.
Yeah.
I mean, we got 3 receivers that went over like 800.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then we got another guy, JoJo, that went for probably like 4. You know what I mean? Like, and just waiting to break out. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see that, but I do see him like coming in for like a special packages every now and then for certain weeks. You know what I mean? Just to throw it off. You know what I'm saying? And actually get him the ball though, and actually see what he could do with it. But I don't see him like meaningful snaps. I don't see him.
100%. Yeah, I agree. I think Boo Carter on last year's roster probably gets a lot more just reps on offense because it was like we didn't really know what we were doing. Like when I saw Cam Michael go to the running back spot, I was like, all right, man. Like all the love to Cam Michael. I just was like, we're just throwing shit at the wall at this point.
Yeah.
But let's